How's it going, everyone? So I'm just going to go through a couple of trade setups that I mentioned in the previous video that I journaled down on Tuesday, and I'm just going to talk you through why I take the trade, and obviously, how they've gone on, which they've gone on basically with a hit take profit. So I've been pretty resilient with my trading. I've said I'm not going to trade until the new year, but I've still been obviously watching the markets and obviously, just paying attention. So I'm going to talk you through bit by bit, break down the charts of, what I've done. And yeah, so I'm going to jump straight on. So now I'm going to change the screen so you can see the charts. So there we go. So, right, I'll get down in depth now. So this first one is Euro GBP. I'm going to break this one down for you. So first off, you got to identify what trend the market's in, what structure we're in, and it's all about paying attention to market structure. So identifying whether it's a higher high, higher low, lower high, lower lows. So obviously, if it's a uptrend, we're looking for high highs and higher lows. If it's a downtrend, we're looking for low highs and lower lows. So obviously, right now, if you can see for market structure in your GP. Also, don't forget, I've taken into the fundamentals behind the setups. Obviously, the pound should be looking to get stronger after the recent Brexit deal. So that was a bonus. But right now, so I'm going to start by identifying how, why I took the trade. You see right now we've got, so market high, high low, high, high low, high, high. And as you can see right now, we still respected the higher low. So it's still uptrend. So higher low still. Higher high, higher than that. Higher low. Then here we go. This is where I started to look. This is when it kind of got my attention. Also, we're trading above the moving average. So obviously being trading above the moving average, that's an uptrend bias. But the second we came below this, I started to look for obviously downtrend bias. So obviously once this low here got taken out, so this was now at a lower low. But obviously as you can see, we instantly broke. So we got a little bit of a there. Going to make a lower high. But as you can see, price failed to resume instantly. So let me just delete that one. So then all of a sudden price takes out this prior high. And again, we get another higher high, higher low. And then all of a sudden, so again, we start to move up. But again, now price failed. So let's just remove all these. So it's just about being aware of what trend the market's in, what structure we're currently in. So I'll keep that one in, keep that out. And there we go. So now this is where, like I say, I started to pay attention. So price failed to make a new higher high, making a lower. So this would now become a lower high, lower low. Also, sorry, lower high, lower low, lower high. So there we go. Lower high, lower low, lower high, and then we pulled back, broke all the way down to make a lower low. And then price is now, so this area here, as you can see, was an area of resistance and support, so it was key level. So let me just get rid of the brush. So let's just zoom in. So you see we've got the wicks. Let's just do this one black. 1, 2, 3. 3 wick touches. And also here it was a key level. So we've got 1, 2, 3. And then we go, so again, key level. So now once we have identified this area of support and resistance, I was looking for a retracement, so with a Fibonacci. So what I'll do now I'll just show you the Fibonacci tool. So Fibonacci, again, the key level for Fibonacci is 61.8. So that's where I look to take a trade, you know, from that region. I never like to trade below it. So that for me, once we came up, so I drew a Fibonacci from here down to here. Obviously, I've just made it so from up there down to here. I just extended it a bit. And then obviously price, as you can see, was rejecting the area. It's also rejecting the moving average as we break down lower. But yeah, price came up to test this area. It broke above. So if we just managed to maintain staying above this level, like the short opportunity for me would not have been on the cards. It would have definitely been a long opportunity. But I wouldn't have traded that anyway because that's not to my plan. So obviously I'd have needed some sort of big push in the pullback for me to start looking for a long. But the actual short opportunity was still valid. And obviously when this candle broke back below, that's telling me that the sellers are still in the market. We're still looking, you know, for a short bias. And then obviously from this point here, we've got two nice spinning top candles, both rejected that area. So it was from that area then where I started to look for a short. So I dropped down to the smaller time frame. So you got the 4 hour and onto the 2 hour. And then the 1 hour. So you can clearly see that it was within, price was failing to break above. And I think the actual candle that it was that candle there where I looked to short from. So again, it went into hardly any drawdown. It did push back, shoot up a little bit, but minimal. Let's just drop back onto the higher time frames. And as you can see, so the risk to reward on that trade, obviously this is the 0% is my take profit level. With the take profit, I would look to be, the way I look at the candles, so as the candles approach this area, if I feel like obviously that one there would have just dipped me out take P, but if it's a strong candle and I'm watching it and I can see it's gonna, I probably would adjust my TP to there because it's got the momentum to hit. So obviously, as you can see, it's quite a big trade. It's got a 42 pip stop loss. Stop loss is always there at 78.6. So, big. Looking at that, if I was watching that trade, I could see this candle really momentuming down. I probably could have adjusted my TP, but obviously, more than likely, if I say, time of year, it's parties and things like that. Well, technically not because of lockdown, but people are busy. I would have just had a TP setting of hit. So that would have been a solid 118 pips, a risk to reward of 2.78, which is good. I think I kind of say minimum risk to reward is 1 to 1 minimum. 1 to 2 is good. 1 to 3 is excellent. Obviously, we're nearly at 1 to 3. So yeah, no, that was a solid trade setup for Euro GBP. Like for now, there could be more entries. If price continues to be bearish, pull back. If you look on the dailies, the daily alone, obviously it's heavy momentum now. So we could maybe see pushes down to these lows. So down to these lows here. Once we obviously look, I would not be surprised if this is a kind of move. So let me just wipe my charts, make it a clean chart. So look to trade down to this level here. But obviously it ain't just going to be a straight, down. This is where I'd look to maybe get an entry on if I was to trade it. So we've now got our level of, well, let me just drop that down onto the high time frames. You see there. So now this area would be the area where I'd look to get an entry. So I'd like to see a push down. Sorry, one moment. I'd like to see a push down, retest back up to that, and then I move back down. That for me would be a trade I'd look to take. The only problem is for me, it isn't going to follow my rules unless we kind of make some major pullbacks in the time being. Because like I said, I do like to trade from the Fibonacci, 61.8, and obviously if you get a straight Fibonacci down to there, when the 61.8 is going to be well up there. So ideally, I'd like a pullback to make this a 61.8. So we want to keep that as something like that. So I'd like maybe a pullback up into here, then down. And then obviously my Fibonacci, if they was to do the movement like I just said, that for me would test nicely around these areas, there and here, back down into that. So yeah, that's kind of my my view for Euro GBP. Obviously, it was a nice trade, so it was a solid trade. The alternative one I was watching was GBP CHF. Again, as you can see, this is also nearly at TP, 173 pips. So I've kind of pre-marked this one anyway. I'm just going to remove a couple of levels, which were more for getting in if you miss the first entry. So obviously, let's remove that. As you can see, the arrow is nearly fulfilled. So yeah, again, this trade, identify market structure, higher highs, higher lows. So again, we made a lower low here, failed. We failed to make a new, sorry, my mind's on blank there. So yeah, we made a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Higher lows here got taken, lower high here got taken out, market structure changes, then that got taken out. But obviously, like I said, market structure changed, this high got taken out, higher high, and you kind of need to eliminate what's happened there now. That's the old phase. So like I said, you look at this, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. What comes next? The higher low. Where do we want to take a setup from? The previous higher high. So once you take off from the previous higher high, you've got, you got that area there. That's where I wanted to be looking for a long from. As you can see, price came right down. Also got the moving average respecting it, telling me, so, you know, you want to be looking for buyers. Got 1, 2, 3. So bearish candle, hold in. Then we've got a bullish engulfing. That's where I look to enter off that bullish engulfing. And then as you can see right now, so we're currently at 144 pips in profit. Another, say, 30 pips to go on that one. Again, you got to think of the time scale of it's New Year's Day, it's Friday, you know, it's a bank holiday. You know, there's not going to be hardly any volatility in the market. Excuse me, I needed that. Mouth's gone dry. So yeah, there's hardly going to be any volatility in the market. It's like there was an area where I looked to long from, but I closed, like I longed it, but I closed it because I just thought with it being New Year's Eve yesterday, there was no need to, you know, trade. Basically, I thought I'd just wait till Monday, and it actually took off. So as you see, this, I'm going to go through it you now. The area that I looked to take the long from was here. You might have just seen it. So this is like a key area here where I was looking to take the long from. I think I actually had that wick. Yeah, it was that extent. Oh no, it was this wick. That wick I had as my level. And then when I dropped down onto the 1 hour time frame, there was a doji, that doji there, that was where I looked along from. And then obviously, like I say, I just thought there'd be no volatility in the market, so I didn't actually trade it. And as you see, price kept going. So it was kind of a missed opportunity on my half, but it's not the end of the world. Like I say, these have been 2 great setups. It's good that, you know, I've identified them on Tuesday and then I've actually traded them. No, not trade. I've actually seen them play out, and it would have been 2 great trades to have taken. So it's good, like I say, seeing your trade plan, you know, work and your strategy work. It is good. It brings, you know, it's music to your ears. But yeah, it's bit of a kick in the teeth when you don't trade it. But I've been pretty resilient, saying that I weren't going to trade until the new year. So yeah, it's looking, you know, good. I've also had, there's been quite a few other setups. I'm not going to go into them, break them down, but these 2 were the 2 that I journaled and I wrote down. So I'll even try and show you my journal, see if it'll. Obviously, I did put them on the last video, so I'll have to do it over there like that. But yeah, you might not be able to see it, but basically the I said right on. So I basically said my attention is currently focused on pound strength. The two pairs I'm currently watching are GBP CHF longs and Euro GBP shorts. Time is currently 7:45 British Standard Time. This on Tuesday, the 29th of December 2020. GBP CHF, so I've done like a little sub paragraph. GBP CHF, I'm looking to execute a long trade at 8 a.m. British Standard Time. Multiple confluences matching my rule-based strategy. Currently, we are getting a solid bullish engulfing 1 hour candle, looking good to enter. Risk to reward 1 to 3.54. 40 pip stop loss, 143 pip take profit. Euro GBP, I'm looking to execute short position at 8 a.m. British Standard Time on the confluence. Slightly out with real base strategy is we are slightly above our moving average. We have had 3 4-hour doji candles on 61.8 fib and testing old structure. Risk to reward 1 to 2.68, 40 pip stop loss, 108 pip TP. The next like sub paragraph is fundamentals. There are no news events today for either pair. GBP should have strength off the back of the trade deal. So as you can see, I journaled that down on Tuesday. So now it's Friday, January the 1st, 2021. So yeah, it's good. They've literally nearly hit. Well, Euro GBP would have hit GCHF pretty much there at the take profit. So yeah, it's good to see them two journals. First two that I've journaled down as well, my new journal. So yeah, it's good. So yeah, no, that's just a little breakdown. I thought I'd just kind of go through a bit of market structure, how I look at taking a trade. Obviously, I'm relying on Fibonacci, market structure, the old test, the test of the old structure as well. So that's obviously, that's a breakdown of Euro GBP and GBP CHF. I'm going to obviously be doing the series again. I'm going to resume the series of True North Technicals. I think if you go into the YouTube, I've got to like episode 14. So I'm going to resume them now. Obviously, I've got more time doing this full time. I've got more time on my hands to keep doing those. Obviously, if you look on the old episodes, there was quite a few trades that I called in the previous episode. And then when I go back onto that episode, they play out to a T. So yeah, it's going to be good to see. So yeah, also Day in the Life series is going to be coming. Next say next week, maybe the week after, depending on the market. Well, if the markets are moving, I'll start it. If they're not moving, then obviously I won't. So yeah, that's it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Like I say, follow us on all social media platforms. Again, looking to start a community within the next month. So if you're interested, drop us a message, get signed up, and we'll go from there. So yeah. Quick one as well. The community is going to be basically, so it'll be like this, but in live time. So when I'm entering trades, etc., I'll be telling you when I'm entering. I'll be showing you my analysis, how I broke it down. So it'll be good, definitely good education to learn from. So yeah, that'll be next month, hopefully, and we'll go from there. So yeah, thanks for watching.